Hello?
Hey, cash is down.
Guns down.
Let's go.
Okay, what was the last time we were?
I know, we're so out of practice.
Welcome back to Friday Night Moms.
Welcome back to Friday Night Moms. Yes.
Right?
I'm Celia.
I'm Danielle, and it's been
a couple months.
I feel like a couple is 2 and many is maybe 6.
It's been a few months. We took off for the holidays.
And the summer. The summer, the holidays, and Q1. Boom.
But now
I feel like everyone keeps talking about life balance, and we really leaned into that.
I think every mother will understand, because it's like,
I know. And you know how I feel. Like, nobody's listening to this other than our friends. But then you remember I texted you and there was that sweet mom who was at the museum.
Yes.
Like, aren't you right? I was like, let me watch what I said, because the streets are listening.
The streets are listening. And we thank you, mom at the museum, for
Mom
giving
at
us
the
that
Children's
push.
Museum.
Yeah, for saying
Thank you.
something.
I immediately text you like, ooh, I think we need to do it again.
Yes.
But
and
here
so
we are.
Here we are. And the boys are 2.
The boys are 2.
The boys.
And it's not a Friday night. It's a Saturday.
It's not a Saturday afternoon.
I'm giving you my finest Saturday. Went to the park and the kids' gym. Soccer mom vibes.
I like it.
And I gave you I ran into the house, put on a foundation and a red lip and said, take me as I am.
I put cash down for a nap, and so I really I'm giving you all I
have
to
you
give.
Got the Easter nails?
I got some nails. Well, they're you can't see it, but they're like a reptile. Yeah, we are
Easter
here.
reptile.
Yeah, I let her pick the colors.
I'm glad you found your nail girl. Even that was like your one need.
And I got a nail girl. I have locks now. Well, I have the beginnings of locks. I'm 2 months into my lock journey, and I'm locked and loving it. Wish I had started sooner. It's the best decision I ever made, by the head.
Well, okay, so when I saw learning of your locks was like, I learned it with everybody else on the internet.
No, I told you, because we talked about it, because you told me that Kayla had locked her hair.
Mommy brain is a
yes, we talked about
Maybe
it.
I just didn't think he was actually going to do it.
I did it. I
can't believe you have locks. Oh my God.
I have locks. I have. Look at that. Look at that little.
That's a little fat one.
I know. Well, this part still is working, but that's the part that's like, that's the lock.
That's the lock.
Yeah, that's the lock. And I love it. It's so, I wanted something where I could wake up and my hair be like not another thing that I got to think about. And in trying to be, because I'm trying to be this internet persona person.
Queen.
And I just needed to feel done faster without like, oh man, I got to detangle and twist, like constantly manipulating my hair. So,
listen,
and Instagram must have heard me, because now I get all the lock girl content, and I'm like, okay, I didn't really know that I was buying into this, but like everything is just locks. But
so your locks are considered what kind of locks?
So they just regular locks. I did a coil set to start.
But are they small, medium, large, extra teeny tiny? There's levels to the locks.
Medium, and I'm doing parting. So lots of people do freeform. These are like medium, but with a grid, a typical grid pattern for parting. It's the like pretty girl locks. I'm not in it because of anything spiritual. You know what I'm saying? I'm not.
You're not about to cut it off if something traumatic happens.
No,
You're not carrying the weight of the world.
Okay. I simply just didn't want to do my hair. That's really it.
And you didn't want to go back to relaxing.
And I didn't want to go back to relaxing. So this wasn't natural. And really, Sean was the one who was like, just lock it. Like, I'm tired of looking at you with a scarf on your head. Just go lock your hair.
I was about to be like, go, Sean. And now I'm like, oh, fuck that nigga.
He was like, I want to see your hair. And I was like, that's a fair point. Because either I have on a bonnet or I got a scarf on because it was just like a matted.
But your turban game was really cute too.
I know. And I'm still going to do the turbans, but he was like, I just want to see you with your hair. And I was like, okay, well, I'm going to get locks then. So here we are.
Locks it is.
Locks.
Well, I mean, y'all, so we're free flowing a little bit on this episode. No full agenda.
I was
going to say we have guidelines, but I don't feel like normally we come in with like, oh, we got to talk about that and talk about that, talk about that. We kind of were like, let's just talk about the fact that we have 2-year-olds, which is strange.
So strange.
And the fact that we officially, like, I think the last time we recorded, you were just kind of getting to the swing of the Midwest thing. Ooh,
yeah. Hey.
I'm talking down.
And I do still feel like we're just still getting into the Midwest swing a little bit.
Really?
I mean, a little bit, yeah.
Okay, so I mean, you had, let's say, a year.
It's been a year
in New York and a year in Ohio.
That's true. But we had a year in New York with a newborn to a 1-year-old and a year here with a 1 to 2-year-old, which, is very different. But I mean, the biggest difference that we could see like right now, would be, of course, cost. All of the costs are way, way less. Like what we were paying Kayla for those 2 days a week, we pay for Monday through Friday, 7 to 6 p.m. with food included. Like,
so so then let's keep tapping into that.
Yeah.
Is your daycare let's call it tuition.
Yeah.
The median amount, where does it fall on the spectrum? Because I'm sure just like New York, you could be at somebody's home, or you could be in, a place with a pod with 3 other kids, and the woman knows all the special things.
Yes, I would say we're somewhere in the middle. There are definitely places that are less expensive, and then there are definitely places that are way more expensive, and that do less time. Like you pay more money, and the kids are there less time.
Honey, what? Yeah. So I'm just chime in, and then we're gonna
come on, tell us.
What'd I say? So now Gunnar is going somewhere. I remember when I was 18 or turning 18, and college is coming. My mom was like, come September, you got to be somewhere. I don't know where, but you got to be somewhere. And that was kind of like the conversation about college. Like, you better go somewhere, because come September, it's not going to be here.
And that's where you are.
That's not where I am with Gunnar. I'm like, come August 1.
Yeah.
You got to be somewhere. It ain't going to be here. Somewhere else. And so, going through that search, but like really seeing that there are places that will harbor, I'm just saying harbor, right? Harbor your child between 8:30 and 12:30. And I'm like, and then what do they do?
And then what do they do? That's what we were looking at, one of the fancier like Montessori places, and it was like 7 to 11. And I was like, and so then I come pick them up at 11? No.
To do what?
To do what? What did you do? That's the question. From 8 to
7
12,
11.
what did y'all do? You didn't do anything.
I'm just I saw that and I was like, I'm sorry. Like, it was super good program, 3 blocks from our home. You know, now we in the mommy circuit, as I'm sure you are. You got mommy friends, you know, the genesis of your relationship really surrounded around kids, and then potentially your kids liking each other, and then it's like, oh, I guess we're friends. And so, you know, you start, when your kids go to school, and then especially the mommy friends that I made that have older kids. So I'm like, oh, well, you've been in the circuit, like, because, you know, New York City schools is a whole different, is wild out here. So, but when they were like, oh, this place is great. And I said, is that place 3 blocks from my home? Yes, I would like to go there. And then I said, oh, but you have to take the baby back as well. And then I got to have someone pick, like, yes, I work from home, but I'm working. And then I don't have enough, let's say, off days that would make that make sense. And then I call someone in to pick him up between those hours. No.
Yeah,
I can't believe that's a thing. I think that's like a Ponzi scheme or something.
Oh, for sure. Because they want to be paid as if the kid was there all day. And it's like,
oh yeah, this is not, you don't get half their rates.
Yeah, no.
So you could put that money into somebody else. This is
because now someone else has to come up with a curriculum. Like, I paying you, so I need you to do.
Yeah.
So, but we really like Cash's daycare. I mean, the growth that we have seen since he's gone to daycare, leaps and bounds. Like, he comes home with new stuff, and I'm like, I don't know how you know that. But I'm happy that you do. And I didn't have to teach it to you. So that part is really great. And yes, we have made mommy friends, and he's also probably picked up some bad habits. And you like, did you cry today? He's like, yeah, because he comes home with a tear stained face. What were you crying about? Mara took my toy. Oh, okay. Did you make up with Mara? Are you friends now? Yeah.
But gosh, you're breaking my heart. Not the tear-stained face.
Also, they come home filthy and lots of germs. I have had pink eye twice.
Yeah, you and this pink eye thing, that makes me feel very
a stomach bug. I've had so many colds, fevers. And it affects the parents way worse than it does the kids. You know, kids down for a day or two, but for us, I'm constantly sick. I
know. When we first got on the Zoom, I said, why do you sound so congested?
Currently congested. But, and it is, I did the math because we pay weekly. $12.80 a month is what we're paying for the daycare, which is like a little bit, it's more than what we pay for Kayla. I think we were paying Kayla.
But it's more, it kind of nets. Yeah.
But it's very similar. Like, if we're talking about an extra $100 or something, like, so the price of the care has been, this is amazing. You know what I mean? 5 o'clock come around, we're like, oh, who's gonna go pick up Cash? You going? And he loves his teachers. They give treats. They do happy birthday things. They've sing the little days of the week song. He always come home with a
new jingle.
Yeah, it's like he's always
bingo is like the jam. Gunner sing bingo every day.
So I'm really excited. I'm excited for Gunner I'm excited to hear your experience with daycare. Like, I've been waiting for the day that Gunner is in daycare so I can I want the download. So
it's scary. It's scary. I know there will be leaps and bounds, and I think there are certain. So just for those who are joining us, who are new, I guess, our boys are 2 weeks apart. They were supposed to be 4 days apart. So there's certain things like Cash is doing that Gunner catches up to, or vice versa. And so I think what's interesting is I'm very cognizant of the fact that he doesn't go to a daycare, and you're always nervous. You hear the kind of stories like, oh, this child's super introverted. He is the most outgoing person, and is in. So he now does a drop-off program for 2 hours, 2 days a week. And the reason I so he was doing another program, and it was 1 hour, 2 days a week, at the JCC.
Mm-hmm.
And that was just like, more of like a classroom setting, and they do music and story time and art and all this stuff within an hour. So the next level he just started was 2 hours, 2 days a week, and you usually like drop them off and then you kind of come back in 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just like, oh, this is going to be great. This is supposed to like teach him, that mommy, daddy, Kayla will not be here for a couple hours, but we'll always come back. And I thought he was going to have the hardest time. Honey, he's like, peace. Yeah. See y'all in a little bit. And I think that's interesting, considering we are all he kind of knows. He's not a super sheltered child, but from a day-to-day educational, those kind of experiences, it's been us. And he's showing us his maturity and independence in a very interesting way. Like, it makes me want to cry, because it's like, oh, I thought you would be a little different because you've been at home. But he's kind of like, no, I mean, y'all got me out and about. Like, I see other people. Like, I'm good.
I think that he might, because Cash started off that way too. Very excited because it was something new and, fun. But once they become used to it, I think you might still see some regression. Like, Cash has entered this place now where it's like, sometimes at drop off, he's totally fine. But other times at drop off, he's like, I want my mommy. No, don't leave. I also think that, like, there's a book that I got from the library sale that talks about daycare. And in the story, oh, actually, I don't remember where I got the book. Doesn't matter. In the story, it talks about the little boy missing his parents. Like, I miss my mommy and daddy. And his teacher being like, why don't you draw a special picture for mommy and daddy? Right. So I think that it's just, they get used to the routine. If we give him enough time, he's usually okay. But on those mornings where if I wake up late, he wakes up late, something's off. It can turn into a like, no, I don't want to go. Don't you want to go to school? Don't you want to see your teacher? Don't you want to see your friends? No. And you're like, yes, you do. When you get there, you're going to have fun, and then you cry. And then the next thing we get is a picture from the teacher saying like, here's Cash having fun. Here's Cash with paint smeared all over his face. Here's Cash with paint smeared all over his, you know what I mean? Whatever.
He just dove into the paint.
Totally forgot about mommy and daddy. It is hilarious though. When you pick the kids up from daycare, you might not know all of the children in the class, but all of the children in the class know whose mommy and daddy belongs to who. Yeah. And the kids are all like, Cash is mommy, Cash your mommy. And you're like, oh, who? Now which one are you? How do you know me? Yeah. So that part is really fun. But yeah, that has been one of the biggest differences, I think, is the cost. One other thing that we over the fall did was we went to a couple of farms, which I was like, this is really nice. And I'm sure the same thing exists in New York, right? But it's going, it's a heavier lift.
We went to a farm outside the city. We went upstate, like Hudson. And went to the farm. Until this day, Gunner, he's big on watching videos of himself. Until this day, he watches it and calls out all the animals. And he knows he could probably tell you, replay or reenact all these videos. But yes, he does love the animals. He has become this stereotype of a boy, which is so strange, because it was a big like nurture versus nature, and it's not us. It's not us being like, okay, you're gonna like trains and cars and airplanes and know all about them. He knows about a backhoe. He knows about like construction vehicles that I do not know about, and he'll be on the street, point them out, read a book, point them out. I'm like, how are you such a boy's boy? He went to this place that has, again, another like hour program, and you're, kind of like general Montessori vibes. And we get a picture of him, and he has this like doll, and he's just like holding the doll by the hair. Like, you could, like, there's no like sweet vibes. He's just like, I think some other baby probably gave it to him, and he's just like, all right, well, I'm gonna throw the doll over my shoulder, and I'm gonna go over here to these taxis and airplanes. It's weird.
It is very weird. You just never know what kids are going to be interested in.
Yeah.
And,
it's either like the extreme of like trucks, planes, like, you know, he hasn't gotten into the whole like crash, boom, like those kind of activities. But then on the other side, he just like wants to color all the time. Color. And he's like always coloring. I think he gets that from Antoine, but you know.
See,
it's either coloring or crash in taxis.
We don't get as much because really we only are responsible for cash all day on Saturdays and Sundays. And we're usually like, let's go out of the house. So a lot of that like coloring and art, like stuff like that.
He does at school. I
mean, we do have an easel for him to color on, but usually at home, we got him a kitchen set for his birthday, little play kitchen, and he loves that little play kitchen, but not in a like he does. But like cook.
Daddy though,
he does cook, but really he's just like, but my animals are in the kitchen, and I'm like, but why you got an elephant in the kitchen?
He's like, elephant meat is a delicacy somewhere, Mom,
and that's just what we doing.
He's like, they got duck in certain places, so I know they got elephant.
Hello, and then the cookies. My cookies done. He has these cookies. So
I've seen you on your stories where the cookies come with you. I'm like, no. The most I can give him is airplane or train. Choo-choo trains are big. Oh my gosh. What?
We into the train.
We can't walk past the subway without a choo-choo train. I'm like, okay. Like, and he will point out every single subway station. As choo-choo trains are lit. Grandma introduced him to Thomas. She gave him a Thomas choo-choo train set. He has never watched Thomas on any medium.
Yeah.
She just was like, look, it's Thomas the train and his friends. And he's like, Thomas. And now Thomas
is the man. Have y'all, now that we have 2-year-olds, have you guys gone any harder on the potty training? Because that's one area that I'm just like, I'm not.
No, so we just talked about it again. I brought it up, like, let's just put a date on the calendar, a weekend on the calendar, and let's get into it. Because we do a lot of like the schools that we're looking at or the programs we're looking at for August. They do assist. But the idea is by then he's almost 2.5 or a little bit over 2.5 that he would have been potty trained, and I agree. So he knows his potties. He's done it like once or twice, but because we're not consistent enough, now it's just like a fixture in the bathroom beside our toilet. But he, you know, now I think I'm more intentional with saying like, mommy needs to go to the potty, I'll be right back. Or like, oh, daddy's going to the potty. So I'm trying to use the word more so that he understands that the adults do it too, and eventually he'll be doing it. So we are going to do that like bare ass minimum, like take all your clothes off and run around this house for a weekend version. I know there are 2-year-olds in Cash's class that for sure, 2.5-year-olds that are not potty trained yet. One of the things they suggest, because they assist as well, but because he just turned 2, we haven't dived that deep into it. But one of the things they suggest is putting underwear on in between the diapers. So put the underwear on. So it feels gross. So that they feel the grossness. And we have a lot of books. Cash will read. He wants to read the potty book. JJ go potty. Yeah, JJ used the potty. Oh, we got the potty library. PP in the potty, poop in the potty, just potty, Elmo go potty. We have at least 4 potty books. And we have no potty books. He totally gets the concept. But when I say Cash, you know, you hear him fart. You just farted. You want to sit on the potty? No. Do you want to poop in the potty? No. But the other day, he says no.
the other day, I was buying a pair of shoes and we were at the checkout. Me and Cash were at the checkout for the shoes and I was holding him. And he said to me, Mommy, I pooped. But I'm holding you. So I know you didn't poop. And I'm like, oh, did you poop? He said, yeah. And then he said, out of my penis. And I was like, oh, you pooped out of your penis?
Why does he know he has a penis?
Oh, he been know about this penis. My penis.
Oh, yeah. Has no idea what that is.
Oh, no. Cash knows his name. I
mean, he knows we don't have the same thing. Because, like, if I'm getting dressed in front of him, he's like,
yeah.
He used to, like, point at my boobs.
Oh, the boobs still get lots of love. Yeah.
But
lots of
now he'll just, like, look and then kind of like,
No, Cash knows his penis. And he keeps more than once he has said that he has pooped out of his penis. And I'm like, you don't poop out of your penis.
Is a quote.
You pee out of your penis. And the cashier at the checkout was like cracking up. And I'm like, this is the first step. Being aware of the fact that something is coming out of your penis, though. We've started on the road at least, you know?
We've successfully had it. Well, Antoine has done it. When the potty came, Antoine was like, we want to do this. And then I kind of was like, you need both of us to really be like, and I wasn't strong enough with it.
Yeah.
But he's definitely like come and sat on the potty. Like if I encourage him to sit on it, even with his diaper, like, oh, they give you signals they got to poop or whatever. And I'd be like, you want to poop on the potty? And I won't take off the diaper yet because then he just loves to be naked. So he's not going to sit down. He want to run around. But he'll sit. Yeah. And then a couple seconds later be like, and get up. Like shrugs and be like, okay, I did what you told me to and get up. So he gets it. A lot of the schools we're talking about, not necessarily peer pressure, but it's like, when they start seeing their peers doing it or older kids doing it, then they kind of into it. Or it's the other extreme where they're like scared. They're like essentially can go one of two ways, right? But in either case, your at-home life has to align with what's going on in school. So if you're not doing it at school, they're like, we are not going to do it at school.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're not doing it at home, they're not going to do it at school because there's a disconnect.
Yeah.
So yeah, super. I mean, I guess that's the next frontier. I mean, we are still we still got a passy, but I see the light. We're getting there.
Okay.
During the daytime, even if he, he'll ask for it if he cries or is unhappy or maybe sad. And he'll ask for it and I'll give it to him. And then he's doing something else. I'll be like, can I have the passy? And he'll take it out and give it.
Okay.
So I don't have as much friction with getting it from him, but he'll still ask for it.
Yep.
And
Cash
so it's
still
more
occasionally
about when he's going to sleep.
When Cash is upset, he'll still, because Cash never used the passy, but he will suck his fingers. And he doesn't really do it at all, really, unless he's laying down and we've entered a place where we're trying to stall on bedtimes and nap times. So it's a lot of like,
not have them at all?
Yeah, to not go to sleep. Like,
why are we doing that?
Oh, that's what they do. They stall. He wants to read another book.
Or you?
Him. He's stalling.
Oh,
yeah.
It was you. I was like,
no. I know. We're like, okay, Cash, this is the last book. And he's like, no, another book. And then he'll be like, I do this. I want some water. Like he's fully...
Oh, Gunner's the con artist with the milk at night.
Oh my God.
He done caught a few people who both grandmas.
Yeah.
He'd be like, milky. And they'd be like, oh, okay, let me go get it. And then because he likes to fall asleep beside you on our guest bed. Or when it's us, we'll hang out, we'll do our stuff, and then we'll put him in the crib and leave him and let him fall asleep on his own. When it's the nanas and the grandmas, they'll lay with him till he falls asleep. So they'd be like, Milky, stay in the bed. With us, I can be like, stay in your bed. I'm going to get the Milky. Do not get up. And he'll be like, stay in bed? I'm like, yes. And he'll stay. I'll walk to the kitchen, leave the door open. He'll hear all the blanging and clanking. Bring the milk back. He's like, Milky, thanks for going to get my stuff. Them, you hear
right on.
He bust that corner smiling because it's like he stole something. Like he was like, hey, what y'all doing out here?
It's time to play. Oh man, the stalling on the bedtime is really entered a place where that's why I when you had sent me a text and was like, how do you feel with a 2-year-old? And I was like, I feel terrorized. Like it's entering. It's like, I don't know who told you that you had to be terrible because you turned 2, but somebody told you. The stalling, he also recently started being afraid. So we have to leave the door cracked. He can't fall asleep in the dark. Also we still using the sound machine, and so I'll turn the sound off, but I have to leave the light on because if he wakes up in the middle of the night, he's scared and he'll mommy, I want my mommy, I want my mommy. But if I leave the light on, it'll kind of just be a little whimper, mommy. And then he'll roll over and go back to sleep. So it's like, I'm so glad that you are, your brain is making, that your brain is making these connections and you have no, I do it. We've entered, no, I do it.
Oh, no.
And
I'm like, oh no.
It's just like, it's really frustrating we've entered that space where people are like, gentle parenting is hard because you are coming at me left, right, and center with your feelings and your frustrations and what you want to do. Cash, we got to put our coat on. It's time to go. No, I don't want to put my coat on. What the other morning he said, I don't want my diaper change. I don't want a diaper change anymore. And I'm like,
well, learn how to wipe your butt.
Yeah, you gotta use the potty if you don't want us to change your diaper anymore. Right?
No, so Gunner gives hints here and there. The other day, Antoine had tried on a pair of shorts on him because the clothes don't last. This kid is very tall.
That's why I need to come to New York so I can get these hand-me-down clothes.
How many bags of clothes?
We still in some 18 months over here.
I'm sorry, what? We are in 3T. We are in 3T. We're in size 7 shoe.
We are 5.5 shoe and some 18 to 24 months. Like we rocking with them. We not even all the way in our 2Ts. So I'm gonna have to come collect a bag of clothes, if nothing else.
Come on down. We got clothes and shoes. We have things.
I'm sure.
Like things. Like there's so much that he outgrows. It's only PJs that are still like 2T, but that's because they get so tight and he's going to sleep. It's like, it doesn't matter, these high waters. Yeah. So Antoine tried on a pair of shorts that he had gotten him over like his pajamas, just to be like, I wonder if these fit, whatever. And 3T shorts, mind you. Mm-hmm. And so we're playing, and I'm like, oh, well, we're about to eat. Just in case we want to return these shorts, you need to take the shorts off. So I'm like, that was his first protest in not taking something off. Normally he's willing, arms up, take this off. But no, those shorts stayed on. I was like, well, we're committed. And I don't have it in me. I guess that's the soft parenting, is like giving up. That's my version of soft parenting. You're not hurting yourself? Cool, whatever. You want to eat? Cool, whatever. Like, I used to cry over him not eating. And now I'm like, you don't want to eat? Great.
Yeah,
you just want snacks? Great. Somebody's going to tell me you're malnourished. And when that happens, then we'll address it. But for now, have at it. Yeah. Have all the pretzels you want. Have all the puffs. Yeah. Applesauce. Mm-hmm. Random things. Mm-hmm. Peanut butter. Like, why won't you eat this solid meal?
Why won't you eat this solid meal? Sean is very offended every time Cash doesn't eat.
Oh, because Sean be cooking. I gave up. And I subscribed to Little Spoon, and I was like, this is what it is.
That's a thing. I mean, we still try to sit down. Sometimes he protests and he wants to watch EB. and while he eats, but we do still try and sit at the table like because it's part of the routine, because we pick you up, come home, you play a little bit, we sit down at the table, we eat dinner, and then shortly after that is bath, like the bedtime routine. But yeah, sometimes that meal is like he'd take a couple bites and then it's like, I want raisins, I want snack, I want banana, I want this, and you're like, Daddy been cooking for an hour, Cash. You really could just eat some of this bok bok.
I'm so like, it's so interesting. The boys, I mean, they've always been very different. Just like personalities just is what it is. Like you just come out being who you are. But Gunnar has not embarked on, like, there's certain things he asked for, but the same things, like, since, milk is like, that's something he's known forever. And that is a comfort, right? If he's hungry and I'm trying to explain to him hunger, are you hungry? Let's have this. It's lunchtime. Let's have this. It's breakfast time. Like points of time when you eat. But he has yet to like ask for, like, if something is placed in front of him, he has yet to hit that part where he's like, oh, this is great. This is like filet. Okay, but I want this. So I'm intrigued to see how that manifests for him. But he's been a protein boy since forever. So we still eating our protein and nothing else. No, barely any rice. No pasta.
That's the kids. Because Cash today at breakfast, it was French toast and sausage, and all he ate all the sausage, and then was like, I guess I'll have a piece of French toast. But
mommy slaved and made banana pancakes, like from scratch. Like the banana, the oats,
none.
I would like the yogurt. And then halfway feeding himself on the yogurt, he decided mommy feeding him is better. But not just mommy feeding him controlling my hand to feed him. I'm like, bro, all of this hand action, you could be doing it yourself.
You could do it yourself.
And hand me the spoon to swim.
You give it to me. What? All of that is watching, because in Cash's class there are kids who are 3, because after 3 they go into the pre-K. Everything that I attribute, like I said, he's probably picked up some bad habits, but all of that I attribute it to you just spending time with somebody who's 3, and this 3-year-old is showing you, no, I don't want this. You know what I mean? Or like whatever. All of the connections happening in your brain is because you spend the time with kids that are older than you. And it's for better or for worse. Sean all the time was like, maybe we shouldn't have. Maybe we made him too smart. Maybe he know too much because the snack is every morning we get up, we give him snack and a milk, but he's very particular about which snack he wants in the morning. It's not, we used to be able to just pick one and give it to him. Now he has to open the drawer. He want to choose that one. Pick which one.
Gunnar goes in the fridge. If I open the fridge, he has a little like one of those lucite things that I keep all his stuff, like all his pouches, and
let me see.
If y'all aren't watching this, I'm rummaging.
Yes. Like
he's like, I want the one in the back. I'm like, get out. And old West Indian me is like, you don't got no socks on, your feet are cold. Get out the fridge, you gonna get sick. Every 5 minutes, I'm like, put on some socks. But he don't wear no pants, so I guess socks are
whatever. I'm with you. The give up is where it's at. Sean used to try and fight it and be like, maybe we shouldn't let him do this. Maybe I'm like, look. If he can make the sentence, be like, if he can ask for it, if he can make the sentence, just let him.
And that's right. I mean, because that's a part of it, right? This is that I want you to feel independent. I want you to be respectful, right? So please and thank you. Even if you get what you want, I will hold it tight until you say please and thank you. Okay. So he already knows. Half the time it's just like, thank you. Like, just get out my face. He just hits me with the thank yous. And it's cute to see, because the other night I sneezed, put him in the bed. He was like, bless you, mommy. I was like, oh my God.
The bless yous.
But no, they do pick up stuff. Again, Gunnar is not in a full day program, but he interacts with kids all day. I have a schedule. The man goes to something every day, Monday through Sunday. Whether it's 2 things or 1 thing, he's going somewhere. And the other day we're at the park for his birthday, just with family. Girl, we at a jungle gym and my man walks past me and it says, "Watch out." I said, "Do not." Let me take it back. I did not say anything because I was so taken aback. I'm talking crazy. I'm talking crazy right now. I said, I didn't say a damn thing. I walked over to my mom and my mother-in-law and I said, "This little boy just told me to watch out." And they looked at me and nobody said, we had nothing to say after that. I was like, oh, I don't know where he picked that up because we don't know where he picked it up. Because we're not at home talking about watch out.
But somebody told him to watch out. And he like, hey, watch out.
He said, "Watch out."
Cash is in a very
And
heavy...
what's your problem? He said, "What's problem?" I said, "I'm gonna be your problem. If you don't lay down."
My man is a New Yorker. My gun is a New Yorker.
Not what is your problem.
Yeah.
Not is what's the problem or what is your problem. He said, "What's problem?" Be clear.
He is a child of the city. I really am interested to bring Cash back to see how he would react to the hustle and bustle of the city, because
I feel like his eyes would be so big.
Yeah, we don't spend a whole lot of time. That's not true. We do go for walks and there's cars, but it's nothing, of course, like
a metropolitan
and noise.
Like I would love to, when you guys come back, obviously Gunner is hypersensitive to fire trucks. Like he could tell you, his eyes could be closed and he could be in the dark in a closet somewhere. And the minute a fire truck passes in the distance, he knows that there's a fire truck. Yeah. He knows the sound of fire trucks, ambulance, helicopters. Like he can differentiate all those sounds without seeing these things. I mean, fire trucks are very distinct, but a helicopter noise and a plane noise are very similar, but he'll be like, helicopter. Yeah. So I'd really be I really want to see how Cash.
Me too. I mean, he'll give you a helicopter. I think we're just not paying attention, but yes, he will hear a helicopter. He'll see a plane, airplane, but it's very truck. You know what I mean? You're like, okay. Yeah. But I would want to see him like on the street, people walking dogs, people with like talking loudly to each other, like how he would take in all of that noise. Because
I wonder if
that's
there'll be
not
sensory overload, or
I really wonder. Or is excitement. It like because he spent that first year kind of
in already, the womb outside, he's like, this is what it is.
This is what it is. I really wonder how it will be. So we will have to get back to see that. So you guys had a birthday party in the park. I saw. How you celebrated too?
We celebrated too in the park. I planned it the Thursday before the Saturday.
There you go.
I have become that mom. And originally we weren't going to have a second birthday because you and I had such big first birthdays, financial investments. And this one wasn't a financial investment at all because it's a free park. We bought 2 dozen cupcakes and like pizza. But it turned from Nana coming in to town, which has become an annual thing, which is great, to my aunt coming into town, to my brother-in-law and sister-in-law coming. And then it was like all this family. And yes, no one's asking for anyone and everyone probably would have been very happy with just doing it in the house. But I just felt like everybody coming into town, like I want to host. So I decided, I think the Monday before, that I was going to do something. And I was in LA, worked, flew back on the plane, put everything in the Amazon, texted Antoine like, can you just cash out this Amazon cart? Because I don't know if it's going to work up here. And that was it. And found we got Speedy Gonzalez on our hands. So the theme was too fast and it made sense. Yes. And that was it. I got a couple decorations, littered the park with orange cones and race flags, and that was it. And
cute.
text all his friends like, this last minute, you don't have to show up if you don't want to.
Yeah.
And they did, and it was nice. And that day, the morning it rained. I watched the weather all the way. It rained up until 30 minutes before his birthday, like when people were supposed to come. Then it was 70 hot degrees outside. And then we were out there till like 4:30. And then there was a torrential downpour and thunderstorm and weather warnings that night. So it was like, for the grace of God, we had these 4 hours of bliss, happiness, Gunner getting rolled out in a stroller with his, chucking the deuces at people because he had a good time. Because he ran up to me at the end and was like, lay down. And I was like, yes, lay down.
That's so
down in his
funny.
stroller, and like how we used to do in our 20s, get carried out the party. No, he was awake, but he just wanted to lay down. And he got wheeled out his party and left everybody there.
I did it. Yeah, we partied. Yeah. I think Cash is going to be, well, that's not fair. I don't want to say that.
What'd you guys do?
So we had, so the people at the school, whenever someone's birthday, they always bring things and put them in everybody's cubby, and bring treats for the class. So that's what we did. We weren't there. Well, at home, his birthday was on a Sunday. On Sunday, my family came over and we had like his one friend that we're really close with, the mom and dad. They came over. Sean baked the cake and made dinner. We all had dinner and a cake.
Oh, nice.
Cash looked like he was on full-blown crack after he ate the birthday cake. Like he was like,
he didn't know what to do.
We were like, whoa, no more sugar. Because we really don't give him, you get baby sugar.
Gunner doesn't like sweets.
Yeah.
Like I gave him a whole cupcake and he had like licked the top and was like, here, mommy, and gave it back. He's not a sweets baby. Yeah,
Cash is not a sweets kid either. I think I'm gonna have to wrap it up soon.
Okay.
But Cash doesn't really, he's not big on sweets, but he was like a crackhead on his birthday cake.
Not a crackhead. I'm laughing because I keep remembering all those videos of him while his hair looked wild. So you call him a crackhead and his hair looking crazy.
I'm really debating cutting his hair off because the hair is something that me and Sean keep talking about.
Don't cut it.
I know, but he is looking bananas by the head. Even just today, somebody was like, what a beautiful little girl. And I was like, he's a boy.
I know you gotta wrap it up. Celia's in a shared space, y'all, so we gotta get
sorry. I'm in a shared space and I was supposed to be done already. But yeah, we just had friends over and he had a lovely time. And then we took little things to school and did that. And it was very happy. It was very happy. He loved it.
Well, I mean, I hate to cut it, but I think this is like a solid point.
Yeah, I think we did. This was a great test run. We had some technical difficulties, which is what took us so long. Although no one will know that.
Strong 45 minutes to get it together. So that really ate into our recording time.
It did.
Ideally, now that we have figured out, we can do this more frequently. We got some in the arsenal, so we're gonna drop those before we drop this.
Yes. So if you guys have missed anything, please be sure to check back on our Instagram and check our YouTube channel because there are videos going up in case for whatever reason you've missed it.
Or rewatch some stuff.
Give us some stuff. Yeah.
Give us extra burn.
Because now we got 2-year-olds and it's about to get real. Because I have lots of terrifying tidbits of how I'm being terrorized, but I'll save those.
We'll have a terrorizing tidbit.
Yes.
Next episode.
Yes.
Okay, so what do you say at the end?
Please subscribe, and comment, share, follow us on Instagram. And thank you guys so much for watching and listening.
Yes. Bye.